So look, thank you all so much for coming. We're going to leave here in a minute, and we're going to head over to the Brevard County-wide victory party that's in Viera that's sponsored by Congressman Posey. But I didn't think it was, everyone told me that's where I should go and have the victory party, but I thought there's something wrong to me in not doing anything here in my district. So that's why I wanted to come here and do something here in Palm Bay before we headed up there. So thank you all for coming. Look, this is very, very exciting. I decided to do this, Wendy and I decided to do this 22 months ago. So it's been 22 months ago, January. Jacob was in first grade, and now he's in third grade. So it's been a long road, and there are lots of people that you have to thank. Obviously, I have to thank every person here. I mean, basically every person in this room has given money, has volunteered, worked the polls today, made signs, right? So I mean, you know, did amazing amounts of work to help me be successful in this, and so I'm very, very grateful. And so, but there are a few people that I have to sort of go out of my way to thank. At first, since he demanded, he did the shout out for himself, so he gave me the reminder. I want to thank Joe. Joe has worked tirelessly. Every day for 22 months for no compensation at all and a whole lot of grief. So
no compensation?
No.
Liar! Wait a minute.
But I mean, Joe managed, among other things, all of our signs along with help. And as you know, we've had signs everywhere. One of the first things I think I want to do in the legislature is make signs illegal.
Early voting.
So I
hope somebody's taking notes of this, okay?
And then obviously I want to thank my mom and dad. So I think obviously you always thank your parents, and I'm thanking my parents, but I want everyone to understand, my parents worked with my dad. I think my mom took a couple days off. My dad worked every single day of early voting, all 13 days, from the time the polls opened until the time the polls closed, for 124 hours. That's how much early voting. And my mom, I think, did 10 of the 13 days, to the point where the guys from West Melbourne know her little spiel so much that they were saying it today. And they're like, "Where's your mother?" And so they're like, "Someone can't say, 'have a fine day,'" so they were doing it. So I've actually concluded that West Melbourne's going to adopt my mom as a citizen, and I think Palm Bay is going to adopt my dad, because he spent his 13 days not far from here at Cogan Road. So, you know, obviously, you know, I couldn't have done any of this without you. But look, the greatest thanks when you do these sorts of things has to be for your family. And so, so, you know, when has come on, Dave. Come on, Dave.
David.
Where's Dave? Come on.
Go ahead, David.
Hey, David, can you say your line from the commercial?
Come on, Jacob.
Can you say your line from the commercial?
Maybe not.
Remember your line from the commercial? Can you say it? Can you say it? It's okay if you...
And my dad.
Well, I think we're a little shy and we're a little tired. But obviously everybody heard their commercial. I must have heard from like 100 people today. I heard the commercial with your kids. It was really great. So Jacob and David obviously have had to sacrifice a lot because Dad has been gone, and frankly they will all have to, because I actually will be in Tallahassee every week for the next 4 weeks.
Nice.
They don't let there be any time off or any break. And so obviously I'm incredibly grateful for what they've done and what they'll have to continue. But as everyone knows, I'm doing this for them, and that's why I decided to do this, because I wasn't happy about the way the world looked for my 2 kids. And so now, unfortunately, I'd like to think that the hard part is over, but unfortunately I've been told that this has been the easy part. And the hard part will begin tomorrow, where we're going to actually go and we're going to try to do the things that I said I was going to do. See, I'm not interested in doing this just to get elected and get elected and get elected. If I have to not be me, then I'd rather not do it. And so starting tomorrow, we're going to do the things that I said we were going to do. We're going to get rid of Common Core here in the state of Florida. And there's going to be a lot of people who don't like it, but we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And we're going to clean up the Indian River Lagoon. It seems like the lagoon tax may have passed.
Yes.
And so there will be some funding there, but the state has its role to play, and we're going to make sure that happens. We're going to fix the social safety net. We're going to make sure that those who are able to work. That this is not a way of life, that it's a helping hand, and we're going to go and we're going to fix these things. And then finally, we're going to make sure that here in South Brevard, we're a great place to start, build, and grow a business. Some of the ideas that I'm going to present will probably be controversial, and that's okay, because I'm not afraid of those. I'm conservative. Everybody knows it. I didn't hide it. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't apologetic, and I don't plan to start when I get to Tallahassee. So I'm very, very excited. I have one request of everybody here, and that is, look, everybody keeps telling me that you get elected and they put representative in front of your name or they put honorable in front of your name. I did tell Wendy she's going to have to call me honorable. But they put honorable in front of your name and all of a sudden you change. Now, I've been told that my whole life, that as I did certain things, I would change. And I really haven't ever changed. So I doubt it will happen now. But if I do, I've asked all of you to call me up and say, what is this? This isn't what you said you were going to do. Don't let your head get too big. But we start tomorrow. We've got a lease to sign on an office in Palm Bay. I made out I promised that I would put our office in Palm Bay, and we're going to. It'll be, we think, at Port Malabar and Babcock. So we got to get that done. We've got to get staff hired. Joe will be my legislative aide, and Anna, who many of you may not have met, who's actually an immigrant from Russia, a legal immigrant from Russia. It's a great story. And frankly, represents everything that's right with America, is going to be my district secretary. And so we'll get them on board as quickly as we can, because apparently, Wendy told me today that John Tobias assistant called her today and asked if we wanted the phones transferred to us.
So, who should I transfer them to? Anna or Joe?
Right. There's no transition period apparently in the state of Florida. Like, I'm now the state representative, whether I like it or not. So, but look, thank you all so much for what you've done. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about what we're going to do. And I think hopefully, 2 years from now, we'll be able to not talk about all the things I promised, but all the things that I did. And I couldn't have done any of it without you. So thank you.
One of the things that I got in the mail, I got a lot of good things in the mail, but 9 plus 6 is 15. And so on behalf of the city of West Melbourne, we wanted to give you 15 Common Core bubblegum things so you can count and practice with the boys.
All right. My first thing to put in the office,
There
right?
you go.
There you go.
All right.
That's beautiful.
We'll put this in the office. So
Thank your
we're heading
family
up.
for
We're going to
putting
head up to Viera. Apparently, I'm supposed to speak up there as well, and so hopefully all of you will come up to that as well, just up the road at the Holiday Inn in Viera. So we're going to head up there now. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody. Thank you for coming.